Welcome everyone. Today we're going to work on Headstand, Shirshasana 1. And if you're brand new to yoga and you've never done this pose before, this is a great place to start. I'm going to give a few tips on how to build strength in the pose, to be able to do the pose on your own. But also give a few safety tips, things to watch out for as you're progressing along the way. This is my friend Sinam. She's going to be helping me out today. Let's get started. Okay, we're going to start with Dolphin Pose, and this is a great place to start to build your strength and your stamina so you get strong to support you in the pose. So we're going to bring Sinam onto her forearms. Come onto your forearms. And then interlace the fingers. Now when you interlace the fingers, one of the fingers will be on the bottom. You're just going to tuck that in, and that allows the bottom of the hands to lay flush to the floor. And you can see the position of her arms. Her elbows are directly under the shoulders. So we're going to use that energy to support the upper body. Now tuck your toes under and lift your hips up. So as you lift the hips up, there's going to be a lot more weight on the arms, and there's going to be a tendency for the shoulders to fall forward. We're going to keep the shoulders exactly where they are, and then she's going to start to walk the feet forward. As she walks the feet forward, she's going to keep the shoulders right over the elbows, and this is far enough. And then right here, she's going to work to just hold the pose steady, to hold the pose strong. We'll hold this for a few breaths, and then she'll walk the feet out just a little bit, and then bring the knees back down to the floor. Sit back on your heels, and sit up. So we'll do this a couple of times, a couple of cycles, and over time you're going to get strong in your arms and strong in your chest. And then we'll do another variation where the head will come to the floor. And this will be more the form we're going to be working on in Headstand. So whenever you put the head on the floor, you want to put the very top part of your head on the floor and extend out through the top of the head to make sure that all sides of the neck stay lengthening. So sit in the same position, bring your forearms to the ground, and then interlace your fingers. And it's the same thing. And in this one, what I find for me is that I like to bring the heel of the palms together to touch. And then some people like to have a little bit of space, so they open the palms apart. The heels together, it gives you more power, more strength. But the hands opening gives you a little bit more freedom and fluidity and flexibility. So it just depends what you need, whatever makes your body feel stable and strong, that's what you want to go for. Bring the top of the head to the floor. And she's going to place the top of the head to the floor just in front of the hands, and the hands make strong contact to the back of the head. Tuck the toes under, and then walk the feet forward. Lift the hips up, and then walk the feet forward. Now we're going to imagine a vertical wall. As soon as you start to walk the feet forward, we don't want the shoulders or the upper back collapsing towards the back body. We want to use the arms to create an energetic lift all the way out through the hips. She keeps this really strong. She'll keep the legs down, but if you're at home and you want to try something different to test your strength, you can lift one leg in the sky or the other leg, but she'll keep her legs down. Yeah. And then walk your feet back up. And then bring your knees to the ground, sit back on your heels, and then sit up. Go. Okay, now we're going to take it to the wall, and we're going to try stage one of this pose. So we're just building on the same things we just worked on previously. Sit down, bring your forearms to the ground, interlace your fingers, and you can take your knees back just a little bit and bring the top of your head to the floor. So once she brings the top of the head to the floor, her arms are hugging in, her elbows are still staying underneath the shoulders, just what we worked on before. Lift the hips up, and then walk the feet forward. Good. And then pause, that's far enough. So if she walks any further, the body will tend to want to collapse towards the wall. If you're collapsing towards the wall, if your shoulders or your upper back touch the wall, it means that you're not using your strength enough. Try to pull off the wall. Lift one leg up, bend the knee, and as she bends the knee, the foot is pretty close to the wall. So with a light hop from the bottom leg, she can touch the wall, come back down. Touch the wall, come back down. Touch the wall, come back down. Last one, both feet go up, and she bends the knees. Once the feet touch, see how she's working to keep the body from falling into the wall. So she's got a lot of balance here, she's got her power, she feels stable, she feels strong, she feels secure. This is the place she wants to hang out for a little bit, and then she'll just lower one leg to the floor. She's going to come out the way she went in. Bring the other leg down, bring the knees to the floor, sit back on your heels, and rest. Awesome. All right, now we're going to go to the final stage of the pose. And whenever you're progressing from one stage to the next, you always want to make sure that you're stable and feeling strong where you're at. If you're feeling a little bit wobbly and unstable or insecure, you just stay, and that's the place you're going to work for a while. So Sinam is going to go into the full form of the pose, but we're still going to run through the same stages, but a little bit faster. Bring the forearms to the ground, interlace the fingers, and bring the top of your head to the floor. Lift the hips up, and then walk the feet forward. Good. Lift one leg up, bend the knee, touch the wall, and she's up. Yeah, both feet up. Good. Hips away from the wall. Good. This is where we ended the last stage. Right from here, she'll stretch one leg straight, but it stays on the wall. There you go. And then the other leg straight stays on the wall. Good. Now, first, find the balance here. And what helps with balance is that the legs are pressing together. So she can press the legs together and make sure they're making contact. Good. And then one foot can come away from the wall. One foot come away from the wall. And she just finds her balance there. And then if she feels super stable and strong, the other leg can come off the wall to meet it. Awesome. And at any point you lose your balance, you lose your connection, the foot just goes back to the wall. You know where it's at. Good. Bend the knees, place the feet on the wall. Good. And walking. One foot down. And release. Sit back on the heels. And try. Alright, now we're just going to go into the full form of the pose, but we're going to use the wall just as a reference point. So sit down, come to your forearms, interlace your fingers, and bring the top of your head to the floor. Lift the hips up, and then start to walk the feet forward. She's super stable already, and she's got a lot of strength. She can balance. We know we've already tested. She can come off the wall. So now she's going to go up with straight leg. One leg goes up, and then she's going to do a light hop to the wall. Yeah, and then both legs come up. It's perfect. She finds her connection point here, so she's super solid, connected to the center, holding her power, and then the feet can start to come off the wall, one at a time or together. And she holds her balance. Look how her legs are really working, her arms are working, everything's holding strength and power in the body. And she finds her balance. To come down, she can just lower one leg at a time. Bring the knees to the floor. Sit back on your heels. And rise. So that's Shirshasana 1, Headstand 1. And to wrap it up, we're going to do a little shoulder opener. Because you're using your arms so much and using a lot of power in the upper body, sometimes the upper shoulder muscles and neck muscles can get tight. So we're just going to do a super sweet opener. So then take your right arm behind you. And as the arm comes around, you're going to try to reach your arm towards the shoulder blades. You don't have to go crazy with it. We're just trying to get the sides, these muscles up here open. And then she's going to tilt her head to the left. As she tilts the head to the left, you can start to see that there's a little bit of a stretcher. Even the shoulder with the arm behind, she can pull that shoulder down just a little bit. Don't go crazy with it. You don't want to strain it. You're just trying to bring a sense of opening back to the muscles that have been contracted. The left hand, if you want, can go to the head and help the head just a little bit. Don't pull super strong. This is just a light, easy, giving the head direction, a little bit of connection. Good. Release the hand. Let's try the other side. Take the left hand behind you, and then the head will just tilt towards the side. As she tilts towards the side, we're just getting more length out of that whole left side of the neck and shoulder. Right hand can go to the head, and it's just adding just a little bit of weight and weight and something to the head. But don't pull so strong. If your head falls off and you break your neck, you've gone too far. Release the hand. Good. Bring the head back to neutral. Yeah, bring it up. Cool. Awesome. Feel good. Yeah. And that's it. Thanks for listening and watching. I hope you found some helpful tips for Shirshasana 1, Headstand 1. And it's great for building balance and strength and stamina in your practice. Have a beautiful day, and don't forget to live your truth. Thank you for listening and watching. Namaste.